Here, we're gonna be starting off Syl versus Forsburn between Sooda and Mauldren. Um, yeah,
I mean, not really a combination you see too often with the Sylv and Force. Do you have any particular thoughts on this matchup?
I have a lot of thoughts on this matchup. Actually, I'd like to let them start it up though, because they have been waiting for a little bit. As you know, we are progressively getting further and further away from the scheduled start time. That is our thing, week by week. You know, just continue to run into technical issues, or escape being asleep or whatever it might be. But showed up today because
Technical issues.
Technical issues. Yeah, no. I just looking at this matchup overall, it can be very challenging for Forsburn to get in. I think that the way that Sylvanos works allows for Forsburn to get a lot of those low to the ground combos, and if you can actually find your way through the down tilts and the fairs and the jab specials, if you can get in, there's room for combos. But you see right now that just Mauldren's trying to find a way in on Sooda, and just a lot of them are getting snuffed out.
Oh yeah, and Mauldren trying to do a good job of making those ins count, but oh wait, hold on, making me eat my words a little bit here.
Yeah, quick little push off the side of the stage there. Now Mauldren back to kind of trading hits with Sooda. There hasn't really been like a defined win on neutral yet, I don't think. There's been a few moments where there's been some quick combos, and now a quick little poke through there. Mauldren finding Sooda, knocking him off stage. Not quite. Ooh, actually just catching him with the nair. Unfortunately sliding off the edge, and that's going to be first stock to Mauldren.
And he's slip sliding off the edge. Need a little bit more of a grounded footing, which is something we're going to be seeing later on in today's sets. But either way, starting off strong for Mauldren. It started off a little bit, rocky per se, but not a bad position to be in.
The last thing we were trying to do was start off this first game rocky when the rest of them were going to be all Crag. There's Sooda grabbing that first stock in return, but already 71% racked up from Mauldren there. Forsburn's actually having a really good time. As soon as, like you say, we're winning these, the occasional neutral wins is all you really need on Forsburn. There's a lot of matchups where you kind of only get to win it like once or twice per stock, and that kind of has to be where you're going to take your leads from. Right now, Mauldren's doing a very good job of just staying consistent on that, keeping Sooda in a bad position there. There's a down smash. Going to steal it out. Now Sooda's facing down a first stock. Of course, this is a best of 9, first to 5. Lots of room for these two to have room for adaptation, but this is a good start for Mauldren.
Yeah, it was a great start for Mauldren, especially with, Force being the deception character. Having a read on your opponent early on, definitely great for not only the mental aspect of it, but just for the overall feel of the match.
Yeah, if you're, your opponent has to be reading you as Forsburn, especially the more that you're playing into the smoke, the more you're playing into the clone setups and whatnot. Your opponent has to be constantly thinking about what you're doing, and you can continue to mix it up a lot easier because, the character's designed to do it. And if you're, as Mauldren, if you're starting off with the advantage just staying on top of the mental game like he is right now, big lead at the moment, 106%. There's that down smash coming through, not quite going to secure it. Very close though, 125% on the Sylvanos, and Sooda's kind of having a hard time sealing out this last stock right now for Mauldren.
Yeah, the thing is, Sooda's sitting at a clean 125, relatively heavy character, and if you can seal out this stock, we've seen the Syl Blender, we've seen those comebacks, and we've seen Sooda make some stuff happen, but question is, will this work? No, the back air from Mauldren going to end up taking it out. What can I say except nice back air to start us off with the EU first fives this week.
Today is either going to be a curse or a blessing. I'm not sure. Josh is getting his crazy stuff out of the way. I mean, should service us to a lot of Rockwall games, but yeah, I like the little interception there on the recovery. I don't think Sooda was really respecting the fact that the clone pop could just set up into a kill combination like that, and it's something that Sooda's going to have to be paying attention to later on. If Mauldren feels confident enough with the clone play to just kind of toss that out towards the Sylvanos trying to get back to stage, they're good parry to break up the combo, putting Sooda into a bad position again, and just grabbing a lot of dash attacks, I'm noticing. Very close to finding a downer off the side there, but Sooda getting caught on the DIN very often here on some non-lethal hits, I think it's adding a lot of percent.
Yeah, and despite this being Sooda's counter pick, and this is one of Sylv's, most notoriously good stages, and one of Forsburn's most notoriously worst stages, this is actually working out relatively well for Mauldren. But, this is looking to be the reverse of game 1, where Sooda was the one who went up in that game, and then immediately Mauldren was the one bringing it back, and now Sooda's doing the opposite to Mauldren, once again continuing the equivalent exchange that we know and love. But down strong, going to be taking out that first stock, going to say, hey, this is my job, not yours.
Yeah. Mauldren finding another one of the windows in Sooda's aggression. I think it's feeling a little bit lackadaisical at the moment. I feel like Sooda could be pushing a little bit more aggressively, trying to get on top of it. Again, more DI, getting caught out there by Mauldren. Keeping it very close. Good parry there on the jab special. Now Sooda back off the side of the stage. Mauldren racking up another 77% before even looking at a threat to this stock. And this is where really Mauldren's been gaining these the leads from the hardest, is in these in-betweens between the stocks. And then most of the work is already done for him by the time he has to go for that stock.
Yeah, and I don't know, one thing that's pretty interesting is this is not the first time we've seen Mauldren. We saw Mauldren a week or two ago as a, backup. But, this kind of performance is not from someone that you expect to be a, backup sort of player when someone's not able to show up. Like, Mauldren's playing absolutely incredibly.
I'm a little bit of a ping issues, it looks like, between the two of them. Hopefully it doesn't affect them too badly. Good of them to just try and keep playing. I say that. It's a pretty big hit. Alright, no! I'm gonna say that we had a disconnect there. Mainly because the game says it. Might have been a decent one of those weird ones. Looks like there was having a little bit of internet issues. Now we were, of course, having technical difficulties, and there's one thing about technical difficulties is if you get them sorted out before the stream, they're bound to come back. Hopefully this isn't a lasting issue.
You can spell Rivals of Aether without scuffed, but it will not feel correct.
Oh, no kidding. I mean, okay, so, if we can just look at, what we had of those first two games there, it was looking very Mauldren favored. Solid start, I would say. I think Sooda's mainly missing out on a lot of potential punishes. Just getting those stray hits in and really not trying to push them. And I think Sooda either needs to fully commit to that defensive nickel and diming game and just trying to break any approaches from Mauldren and play defensively and just read the movement, or Sooda really needs to, I think, be committing off of those hits. Find that stuffed out approach and then go for some damage and get yourself a lead going, because right now, even though Sooda's winning, I would say, most of the neutral exchanges, it's not turning into a very good game state for him.
Yeah, as far as game state goes, this is definitely a rough spot to be in. And I don't know, Sooda, okay, we're going to be starting off on the workshop so that way they can both, just go to the instant counter pick, no SDing needed. But, should be able to clear things up real quick. We're on the rollback branch, we won't be seeing those workshop characters just about yet. We will be having that announcement on the 31st, maybe we see some stuff about workshop characters, maybe we see some stuff about the doc, who knows. Either way, still not going to be quite working out here. Workshop on who cares. Dan does not believe in letting things run as smoothly as intended.
I was going to say, Workshop is definitely on, but Workshop does not know. Workshop is both enabled and disabled in this current game. I think it's magic rollback at the moment. It is going to be probably Sooda just dropping all the SDs here, and then from the sounds of things, these two are going to be willing to do a restarted match on Endless Abyss.
I believe so, and also, sounds a bit, that was a bit of a miss on the SD timing there. You could have edge canceled that second up B actually to get a more optimal SD timing.
SD extraordinaire anti.
Yeah. I'm on metafy.gg/@anti. I do in fact offer SD lessons, but either way, Sooda offering. Yeah, actually, yes.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that. That's amazing.
But yeah, either way, Sooda offering Mauldren some lessons on how to play on Endless Abyss, because this is looking the same as before, but somehow even more dominating. And the question is, does Mauldren get that reversal that we saw at the beginning of Game 1? All right, well, that jab special parry is going to say anything for us, then maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see if Mauldren does actually start getting some neutral wins again. Obviously Sooda doing a really good job there, actually getting a lot of damage out of one of those neutral wins, and playing him a little bit aggressive, going for stuff. But now Mauldren landing back on stage with that back air. Coming out of the smoke makes it a little bit tricky. Good down tilt. Now keeps more damage on Sooda. Great down air spike off the side there. Not going to be taking anything, but using the clone there to follow up. staying on top of Sooda. Great fake there again with the clone. And now Sooda having a nightmare of a time trying to recover into this Forsburn. The 132%, pretty much next strong hit from one of these two could get a kill. And I like that fading forward with the clone for the first time. Not quite grabbing that. Down smash the up air. Not quite going to seal it for Sooda. Good clone pop, keeping Sooda off the side of the stage. The grass has stayed. No, it just faded out. The forward smash will seal it out. That is stock number 1 for Mauldren.
Yeah, once again, this is the same story as game 1, where Sooda goes up really, really strongly at the beginning of game 1, but then Mauldren ends up stealing out the first stock anyway. And Mauldren coming back to stage, still got the double jump, still got the clone, and looking for the neutral win too. And once again, rinse and repeat. Welcome back to Endless Abyss, and welcome back to being edge-guarded, Sooda.
Man, the endless abyss of being edge-guarded by Forsburn. It can start to feel a little bit depressing, so I can understand, but yeah, Sooda has to do a lot of work to try and break through this. Obviously, 184% right now on this Forsburn. You feel like you should really have the kill at this point. Mauldren playing so, like, actually just legitimately patient. Just waiting on this Sylvanos to come to me, you know? I don't have to... I don't have to poke through any of your aggression. I could just let you go for something aggressive. 196 now, and continue to play my game. And like I say, in previous games, we see a lot of the work being done for Mauldren on these in-betweens between these stocks, right? 214%, they're racked up 114 on Sooda. And now this stock is going to be very easy to take. Oh, I was going to say, almost right there, taking it with the back air.
Yeah, you know, Forsburn, absolutely the deception character right now, you know, fooling us all into thinking that this would have been a bad stage pick, but Mauldren does not care. Gonna get the parry into the down strong in the middle of the jab combo of all things. And Mauldren's so far ahead with such a demanding lead.
Oh, great play there with the clone to get that spike off the side of the stage. See if Mauldren can keep up this aggression on the edge guard or whether or not Sooda's found a way through it. I don't feel like the flat stage is really going to be coming back into Sooda's mind for a little bit of a while right now. It's just not feeling good. It's not giving enough options for Sooda to mix up recovery, get back to stage, and Mauldren's just abusing that, you know, just poking. I think that's really what Endless Abyss does more than any other stage, especially in Rivals game without ledges. You have fewer recovery options in terms of just how to actually land on the stage, and it's really being forced right now from Mauldren. Great back air there to seal out against Sooda. 2-0 up for Mauldren right now.
Yeah, you know, game 1 started it off, but game 2 continuing the trend of the nice back air to seal everything off. And, you know, Sooda, if you're Sooda right here, right, you know, you had 2.5 games really to try to adjust. It definitely can't feel great.
Yeah, especially on your stage pick. Let's see what Sooda wants to mix it up. I feel like, I mean, that first one, what did we have? We had Tower of Heaven, yeah? Was that game 1?
No. Game 1 was on Jules Vale.
Jules Vale. I think I'm getting messed up with the...
Tower of Heaven was the SD stage.
The SD stage, there you go.
So these are some really interesting stage bans coming out from Mauldren as well. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Aramata's a genuinely alright stage ban against Syl, but the others just feel like, oh, well, they're in the area, you know?
Yeah, almost like you went up there anyway. Might as well just ban them out. I don't think that those stages that necessarily favor Sylvanos over Forsburn, but I mean, we thought that, you know, that Endless Abyss was going to favor Sylvanos a little bit more. Quick little combo off the side there. Mauldren keeping up the pressure right now. And, you know, I was going to say, we were talking about stage selection. I don't feel like this is the right place for Sooda either. This has platforms that are really going to allow Mauldren to continue this edge guards off the side there. Down smash is going to steal out that first stock. And I don't know. This doesn't feel like where Sooda wants to be, both in the small blast stones on the side. Good tech there from Mauldren to land back on stage now. Quick combo in the middle of the stage. Look at this. So much damage coming out from Mauldren. So aggressive. No tech coming through, but it doesn't matter. Mauldren's going to be stealing their own stock there, but yeah, 73. And hold on, still going.
Yeah, I mean, one big thing here, though, is that Sooda has been really good at racking up the damage. The problem is Sooda is having trouble with sealing out the stock. So going to a small stage like Spirit Tree, where the blast zones are so close, could actually remedy that. So I think that, you know, the Rockwall ban and the Spirit Tree pick, both of them do make sense if the biggest problem Sooda's having is sealing out these stocks. But once again, you know, that back air, going to be sealing things out at 169. just like a minute and a half into this game, and we're already looking at the last stock on Sooda's end. Definitely not a good feeling.
See what Sooda can do here. The combo game has been very consistent from Mauldren so far. And not the highest paced, most, but just always landing those hits. Understanding, you know, this is how far I can go with this. I know I can poke a little bit further here. You know, not necessarily going for defensive option reads or anything like that. Just I got this hit. I know what I can get further. And consistently finding those again, trying to land there. Sooda getting caught by the fair. Well, kind of a little bit of an awkward moment between the stages. They're both kind of backs facing each other. See if Mauldren can find another way.
Oh my lord!
Great clone pop into up smash there from Mauldren to go up 3-0.
Wow, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't anticipate a clone pop into up strong of all things, because that was incredibly clean coming out from Mauldren. And continuing the established dominance that started with game 1, continued in game 1.5, and continued throughout game 2. Like, I don't. If you're Sooda, you're desperately looking for something that works here.
I'd only give that game 0.5. I don't think I'd give that one as like a potential sequel. Simple SD game. I don't know. I wouldn't
know. Haven't you seen Lion King 1.5?
Haven't.
You're missing out. Either way, right now, Mauldren looking to seal out the crown, taking that Lion King for themselves, knocking Sooda off stage. But this could be the way how Sooda makes the comeback. You know, we're already seeing that early damage. The question is, can Sooda find a way how to seal out these stocks?
And I've been a little bit critical of the stage choices before. I feel like this is probably an okay pick for Sooda. I think, given the potential that you get from up smash, especially on that platform. Platform is a little bit awkward for Forsburn. Obviously, Forsburn does have a very consistent up smash poke. A lot of people don't know that, but you can throw up smash from the bottom platform here and get it to hit the top one.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it works very consistently because there's not too far for people to get pulled. But I think outside of that,
oh
jeez. I was gonna say outside of that, the stage pick looks like it really should favor Sooda there, but great read there. Just seeing the DI, seeing the DI on the forward smash and reading the roll as a result, grabbing that first stock.
Yeah, I get hit by that, you know, every day of the week. But, oh, wow, Mauldren actually going to be dying off the top there a little bit on the unfortunate DI coming out from Mauldren. But Sooda starting to turn up the Sil Blender. This could be big. Lots of damage coming out.
Yeah, I think really, like, Sooda has tried to play the nickel and dimey style. I think I like this more. I like this style. It's working a little bit better, just getting more % in per hit. See if the follow-up continues there. But it seems to be working right now versus Mauldren. Obviously 100% on this Forsburn. Mauldren's having a harder time on the stage, especially just trying to find a way in. But, you know, you have the stage pick at your back right now. Mauldren really doesn't have to work anything new out for this game specifically. But Sooda really needs to make a stylistic change. We're starting to see it, but it needs to come into full force, I'd say, before the end of this game.
Yeah, you know, Sooda's been nickel and diming, but now Sooda's going full all in, and it is working out. The Chomp going to take it fully invincible from the ground. Mauldren needs to make some adjustments. This is not the same Sooda you were playing against in games 1 through 3.
Yeah, just need to make sure that those punishes are a little bit cleaner. I think that, you know, I was giving praise to Mauldren's punish game earlier. It's looking... It has been consistent all set, and obviously that's something that's hard to keep up for a long time, especially with how long these best of 9s can be. And we always talk about players getting checked out after, you know, one player scores 3, but yeah, Mauldren kind of dropping that consistency in this game so far. Obviously, it is just over even right now. Oh, good play there with the clone there and get the drop down, keeping Sooda at the edge of the stage now, forcing into that edge guard situation. Now, we've seen this before. We'll see if Mauldren, not being able to punish. They're getting chomped off the top there. Good parry on the up tilt there. Good read. I'm either covering the jump up there, just the shark attempt covered off there. Now we're going to see the combust for the first time this set actually being online, and there it is, down tilt into combust. Game 4 to Mauldren.
Yeah, tried and true. Nothing needs to be a deception move here. Like, the only thing that's deceptive, honestly, is seeing that Mauldren is going to go for a mix-up, because Mauldren just kind of goes for the first correct option that works every time.
And it's been very consistent as a result, like we've been saying. I think it's been working really well. There's been no real challenge from Sooda to really mix that up at all. So we'll see if that starts to come in now. Obviously, Sooda on his final stock, potentially, or excuse me, final set of stocks.
Yeah, and you know, this one could be going to Forest Floor, could be going to Ethereal Gates, who knows? We are, in fact, going to go an entire first to 5 without going to Ethereal Gates once. You know, interesting start to the day from EU here. But going to go back to Julesvale, you know, that first stage that honestly was a relatively even game 1 until Mauldren took the reins of it. And the question is, do we see that again? Or is this where we see Sooda mount his comeback?
Yeah, I wouldn't write off Sooda before, you know, before Sooda's completely out of stocks here. Obviously, there is still the potential for Aether Gates. I know that's near and dear to your heart there, but we'll see whether or not Sooda's going to actually be able to hold on to this. Obviously, it's not looking the best, but, you know, only 50% difference off the beginning of this game. Sooda just trying to get some control. Obviously, Sylva's a character that needs a lot of time to set up room on the ground. A lot of time in comparison to, you know, platform fighting characters. Great interception there on the side B, grabbing that up smash. Safe distance there from Mauldren, and that is going to be first stock picked up, and now we're going to start to see that percent getting added on. Playing very aggressively there. Hold on, no resources. Sooda does not punish, and I think that's where Sooda's losing a lot as well, is that Mauldren is going very high, and Sooda is finding those connections when Mauldren's going for double jumps and air dodges and like that, and just no punish. Obviously, Mauldren absolutely no way of dealing with it if Sooda had gone for it, but now Sooda's off the side of the stage, getting edge guarded, not quite catching that dash attack. Yeah, just almost like I said at the beginning, lackadaisical, but just missing a lot of opportunities, I think, Sooda. Not that one, though.
Yeah, Sooda gonna be munching their way into an even stock count, but Mauldren trying to figure out if, you know, you can seal out this stock, seal out this game, seal out this win. And Mauldren, honestly, in a really, really good position right now.
Yeah, Mauldren's right now trying to avoid the blender for himself and putting us into the Crag blender at the moment. So I don't know. I don't know where the intentions really lie. Obviously, there's some self-benefit and some caster pain. So hard to say what the motivation is right now. But I mean, right now, Mauldren doesn't really look like he needs all that much motivation. He's doing a really good job of making Sooda's life challenging. Good potential punish there, but I like just dropping the smoke down and just stalling in the air there. Mauldren understanding that Sooda's already committed to the punish and can't mix it up at all. And, you know, you only got one, you know, you only have to do one thing to deal with that. And like you say, always picking that first come, first serve correct option. Now Sooda off the side of the stage at 167%, charging that down smash in just the right spot. Mauldren's going to take stock number 2, and now Sooda, potentially 1 stock to go, needs to make some changes, like very quickly.
Yeah, you know, needs to make some changes very quickly, but, you know, that last stock, Sooda did a hell of a lot of damage, and still just looking to seal out this stock. The moment that Sooda can seal out the stock, I think is absolutely doable. All right, and that is the stock being taken. Only 52% on Sooda here instead of like the 100 plus that we saw at the beginning of the last stock. So this could spell something new.
Yeah, it is getting significantly closer. The distance has been closed. It's whether or not Sooda can make that last push and, you know, continue to play at the best that we've seen from him on these individual stocks, or whether or not it's just going to be Mauldren. But right now it's looking very distant for Sooda, 113%. Need to find a way through this Forsburn, and again, Mauldren playing very, almost defensively. It's like not quite defensively because obviously there are a lot of approaches coming through and it's difficult to punish Sylv.
Oh!
There it is, dash attack back air, 5-0 for Mauldren.
5-0 for Mauldren, going to be seeing things out in the first set with, once again, a nice back air, and that might be the last nice back air we see in this entire set